Welcome back, everybody. We are here again for round number 2. My name is Dr. Leo. I am joined here by the beautiful Canadian stallion that is Prezzo BTW. How you doing, my homie?
I'm doing pretty good. Don't know much about Stallion, but yeah, no, I'm having a great day today. This invitational, as per always, first round was absolutely wild. I am so happy to be here, man. I'm ready to watch some great Magic.
Yep. So Straw Poll came in. We're watching Bomberman versus Tensai on Sneak and Show. No, Tensai running back the Sneak and Show play, which I don't mind at all. It's a strong depth. You can ape hard through some matches that you if you're expecting a lot of fair blue, and it's gonna we'll see how it plays out here. Tensai coming in here with the number one seed, earning the bye. Hey, so I'm excited to see how it plays against Bomberman.
Yeah, no, it'll definitely be interesting. The thing I kind of went over this in the podcast there. I actually think Bomberman's a really good choice for this.
It's a solid
Just
Urza Saga deck as well.
yeah, just its ability to play this out, play Chalice of the Void, play all these prison pieces, I think is just really, really good, especially because this deck is more than capable of just going turn one Chalice. And if you can get it to resolve, then there's no Ragavans coming down because Tensai is on the Ragavan version of
Yeah,
the deck.
3 Ragavans in the main. Last time I played this deck, I was on the Ragavans in the side. I think it has just evolved into this, putting it into the main because of the fact that it is just so good. And in some matchups, like if you're against Storm and you just slam Ragavan on turn one, they're just like, well, I really can't do much about this. You're just gonna
Yeah,
get hit every single turn and you take it. So that being said, we look at this as the invitational bracket that we got here. The bottom bracket set up, but in the top we got Tensei on Seek and Show, Cosmic Coil on the Bomberman. We got the Eternally Surprise, and they are rocking. Hang on, let me pull up their deck list.
Ragavan Stoneblade.
Ragavan Stoneblade. Hey, another card, another deck I didn't expect seeing coming through. We didn't put him on Stoneblade at all.
I
But
did, but
then, oh yeah, that's true. That is true.
yeah,
We did talk about how Stoneblade could be viable just because that Stoneblade is in itself like actually like really good with Cauldron Complete.
yeah.
Then we got uh t- see here the next just lost it just lost who is next Eternally
There we
Surprise.
go. There's the Eternally Surprised Stoneblade list there.
Yep. Uh, and I just
Rex
lost it.
on Sneak and Show taking down the next
There
one
we
as
go.
well. Took down Malfi there on Bant Food Chain. And then we
Hmm.
also had on the other side, we had Dalibor take down Yoram. We had trying to just read that little tiny text up in the top there. Let me
Yeah,
just
Mr. Jack Dax,
pull this up again.
can we get
Yeah,
the
Car beat Daniel TCG
Daniel?
on Dredge. Turbo on Delver managed to beat Dewookie on Prison, which I find interesting there.
Yeah,
And then
that was one of
Quirios took
those.
down Champagne, which we
Yeah,
did see
that's what
last round.
that was one of those things that we were talking about where Prison might actually be a solid play here because of the fact that if you're expecting any Delver, but we saw Turbo overcoming the Prison, and it's impressive. I'm very impressed.
Yeah,
Of course, Turbo is on the straight blue red Delver, so more basics and such like that.
yep.
But
Looks like the players are just about getting started here if they haven't already. So,
yeah,
of note as well, Tensai will be on the play for the entire time in the upper bracket.
yes. So long as Tensai is in the upper bracket, they will be on the play. Hey, Tensai coming in. All these invitationals coming in strong. This time, Tensai again coming in the number one seed. Just grinded out those points. Made sure to lock up, and is coming for the redemption from last invitational. Tensai had a rough invitational coming into the finals. Hills chose a strong off-meta deck that nobody expected, but I like Tensai back here on just a solid blue-red sneak and show list.
Yeah. And of note as well, I just want to stress this. Tensai has been the number one seed for our Invitational 3 seasons in a row.
That's how good the guy is, like honestly.
Yeah. But we got
Hey,
a mulligan to 5 here for the first game, so we'll see how this goes, I guess.
All right, let's get the players started.
Yep, once they're ready to go.
Also, remember, if you are playing bingo along with us, please post your screenshots of your bingo board to the MTGPL Discord so we can hook you up with a prize.
Yeah. I am very close to getting a bingo actually. So
That Kaya Ultimate just barely
yeah.
missed out on it.
Yeah. So we're gonna go Scalding Tarn right away here. So another thing I want to note, both Rax and Tensai are playing Sneak and Show here. Tensai is on main deck Ragavan. Rax is on sideboard Ragavan.
Yeah, so I would like to see. I would like to see why their opinion were on that of putting Ragavan in the main versus the side. I was on
Yeah.
the in the side because I was also on the Cunning Wish version.
Yeah. And here we go. The one creature in the deck you don't want to put in off of a show and tell.
Oh, there's the turn one rag, and are we gonna see here a Chalice of the Void? Oh no,
Looks like
Mystic
we're gonna
Bauble.
get a bauble first.
So
Pay
now are we gonna
2.
see? Oh
Boros
no, it's a Boros
Signet.
Signet.
Ooh,
Oh
I
my
like that.
gosh, I just
We
remembered that
ramping.
Boros Signet.
We ramping.
Oh yeah, you better. I bet you're happy to see Boros Signet. I bet you played Boros Signet back in the day.
Oh yeah. I have I haven't actually casted in the Painter Shell, but I am absolutely on board with these Boros decks. Oh
Oh,
no, it's Auriok Salvagers? That's so bad.
oh, oh, that's brutal. Oh man, because okay, so we know Bomberman doesn't have selection. It's not a deck that is going to be counting on that. Oh, okay, Tensai, we get it. Flash the fact that you got playsets of everything. It's okay. We got it, homie. We
Yeah.
got it.
So I just want to stress this as well though, is that just what you were saying that Bomberman doesn't have selection. In this particular case, there are 3 copies of Imperial Recruiter in Cosmic Coil's list, which is the reason why you run the red splash in the white Bomberman deck.
Yeah, I agree there. That is the selection. It tutors for all your other targets. It finds Auriok Salvagers. It finds the Walking Ballista. It can also find Aethersworn Canonist, which I know you love.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So we already had a Salvagers in hand, Show and Tell and Omniscience. What happens from here?
I do
Oh,
believe
just cast Grizzled Brand as the last card in hand.
I was
Oh
about to
my
say
god.
Grizzle Daddy or Emrakul. And then in this case, we're gonna go down 7, try and find ourselves an Emrakul, and just call it good.
Yeah.
Like this is exactly what I want to see. So interestingly here, it looks like Tensai is on a rug build of Sneak and Show. It's using the green for 2 Veil Summers and 1 Sylvan Library, which I don't hate. And you're splashing that off of 1 Tropical Island and the Ragavan. So I
Yeah.
don't hate that. Is
Yeah, that's not
Ragavan?
bad at all. I was
Hold
actually
on.
just thinking there, I'm like, how did Tensai cast that? And then I remembered he has Omniscience out.
So here's my question for you then. Is Ragavan a mana dork?
I was actually just in the invitational chat room there with some of the other people there, and it was being compared to Deathrite Shaman by virtue of just its ability to come down on 1 mana. It has access to all these things. You're pulling cards off the top, so you're not disrupting the graveyard, but you're pulling cards off the top, you're making mana, doing all this extra stuff, like just being able to play out a Ragavan, daze your opponent, and still have 2 lands on the next turn. Oh, it looks like Tensai didn't find what he was looking for. Did
Tensai
Tensai
is
brick?
Tensai bricked after 15, 16 cards.
Oh,
Okay, well
wow.
we got cantrips, so that's not the worst
Yeah.
thing. So, oh, I just first want to give a shout out, Gably. Thank you for the follow.
Yes,
Really
thank you.
appreciate
Much
it. Thank you
appreciated.
for keeping Eternal Legacy alive. But so here's my thing when it comes to this, and this is one that I learned when I was getting my lessons on how to play Sneak and Show. The most important cards in Sneak and Show are cantrips.
Yeah.
Brainstorm, Ponder, sometimes Preordain. Looks like the Veil of Summers is taking the Preordain slots in this. Those are
Oh,
the most important cards in the deck because of the fact that you need to be able to find your A and B combo. In fact,
yeah.
I was coached that you never keep a hand that cannot cantrip. Like that's all that matters. If you can cantrip, that's
Yeah.
all you care about. And
So,
Ragavan, in some sense, does do that.
so Tensai has shuffled off 2 ponders now. Cast Brainstorm. Here we go.
Just dig, 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 dig.
Tensai is looking for an Emrakul here just because that he'll be able to cast it and take a second turn.
Exactly. The Emrakul finishes the game. The fact that you're gonna be able to pass the turn with most likely like every Force of Will in existence in your hand, like that's a thing that you can do and just give yourself another block, but another shot at it. But yeah, like I think Tensai might have bricked hard here. Are all three Emrakuls the very bottom of the deck?
Could be. Cast
Sylvan
Sylvan
Library,
Library for free. Cast
Lotus
Petal for
Petal.
free.
I mean, at this point, you might as well sneak attack.
This
Oh,
is
that being
post
said,
combat already.
yeah. No, I don't. Oh, yeah, it's post combat because Ragavan got
Yeah.
it.
So I imagine that Tensai is literally just casting all this stuff right now, just so that way he has to discard less to hand size.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's where you're gonna want to be, just so you always have stuff on hand. I'm
Yeah.
guessing if I had to guess, I'm gonna be honest here. Veil Summer's gonna get discarded. Extra show and tells, extra combo pieces, all that sort of stuff. You're just gonna sit there with force blue card, days, force blue card.
Yeah. Discards Beseju Mountain Ancient Tomb.
Yep, Beseju has literally no play here. Does not care.
Yeah. So we're cracking the Mishra's Bauble there to look at the top card. Looks like it's an
Yeah,
Ancient Tomb.
yeah, and
Whatever.
he
But
knew
this is
about
going to
that
allow
because of
Cosmic to draw
brainstorm.
2 cards. And
Yeah,
I also just want to stress this is that if Tensai does not have every Force of Will on Earth in hand, Cosmic can actually still win here.
easily. Very easily. Lion's Eye Diamond literally just gives you the win. Uh, it's just one of those things that it's you need to find the Lion's Eye Diamond. If you don't have the Lion's Eye Diamond, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So Cosmic Coil changing around how land drop up is no other actions were taken, so it's perfectly fine. I mean, when it comes to this, you know that you're not. Well, actually, you could be dead because there's a sneak attack in play. You're a sneak attack in play, but your opponent can't draw another 7 cards. Also, respect the Boba Fett Tensai. I love it. It look
Yeah. Uh so yeah, this is actually another thing too that's actually huge. Is that if Cosmic is able to resolve an LED, I am fairly certain that this could just be returning Bauble to hand. This is bad.
Yep. No, this is not where you want to be. Is trying. So you want to cycle Bobble once you have infinite mana from LED.
Yeah.
That's what you want to be doing. And yep,
Returns it to hand again.
yeah, because it's only 2 mana activate, so you have white red floating off of the signet, and then you have the extra white from the plateau. You have the 2 extra mana, so you can recycle it twice. You get two draws, but your opponent has Grizzle Daddy on the
Yeah.
board.
That is true. However, I think the thing is if the Sylvan Library doesn't find anything here, this could be really rough.
Yeah, I mean, we already know one card. We already know the top 2 cards. There's no fetch in between. I mean, that Burying Storm. So the top card is obviously the Ancient Tomb.
Yeah.
Uh, you will be able to find more things off of a shuffle, but I don't think you're gonna. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be able to get
Oh,
in.
this is what Cosmic was banking on. I actually like this a lot. Is that he's just like he would have done something if he had it last turn.
Yeah, exactly.
Now that
And
being
turn number
said,
7.
yeah, this will allow Tensai to draw 7 more cards,
Yeah,
which you shuffle here just because you know what those other 2 cards are. You want a freshest look here to try and find the Emrakul. If you can find the Emrakul here, that's game over.
easily showing the green splash for with the Tropical Island.
Yeah, and with this being open deck list, you don't have to hide any of that information
None
anymore.
and no information is hidden. Each player is gonna know exactly what they're playing against.
Yeah.
So I really like this play here of shuffle, draw 7, just try to find the Emrakul to just win on this turn because you want to give Cosmic Coil as little looks as possible because this combo deck can
Emrakul.
and will kill you. And
Yeah.
here's Emrakul, the
And
flying spaghetti
Cosmic knows what's
monster.
up. You just cast the Emrakul, take another turn. Yeah, I'll just concede. You're very dead at that point. So there's nothing
Flying
else you can
spaghetti
really do.
monster does it again.
Yeah.
So going into sideboards here, take a look at Cosmic Coil's sideboard, and remember, Cosmic Coil is also a Karn the Great Creator deck, so there will be a little bit of a wish board in here. So we got one LED, one engineered explosive, one Tormod's crypt, one walking ballista, assuming the wish board. Oh, including with the liquid metal snaring bridge and the mycosynth lattice. But for other cards, we got two Swords of Plowshares, two Containment Priests, an Aethersworn Canonist, a Portable Hole, which new tech from the Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, and can be carned. We have a Goblin Crater Maker, which is one of the best things to put in off of a show and tell,
Yep.
and then a Peacekeeper, or outside of like the artifact tutors. What do you like in here?
I actually really like the Peacekeeper. Even
Same.
though Sneak and Show is a combo deck, it needs to attack in order to get the kill. I also like Crater Maker here. It's absolutely nuts. Containment Priest is insane. It won't work. Containment Priest will not work against exactly the Omniscience hands that we saw Tensai pull off last game, but it will work on every other form of getting the creatures into play. You leave the one of Walking Ballista in the board, definitely. Other than that, I don't know. I like Portable Hole, but I think the issue is that you got to kind of decide. Same thing with Swords to Plowshares. How much are you worried about Ragavan?
Yeah, so that's exactly what I was about to bring up, is the fact that Ragavan is definitely an issue. As you saw, it gave the extra mana to go off. It gave you the extra looks. It is a card that can do things in this matchup that can put your opponent very much and put you on the back foot if you're not able to get a chalice on one.
Hmm.
So I do really like how this is set up with the two containment priests. What about the extra Aethersworn Canonist? Are you bringing that in?
I don't mind the Canonist. However, I'd be thinking about how many cards I'd be wanting to cut, and that would be kind of the issue because Canonist is lower on my list than those other cards to bring in. The other
Okay,
thing too is you can wish for Canonist, you can't wish for Peacekeeper.
makes sense. So coming over to Tensai's board, we got two Carpet of Flowers, two Grafdigger's Cage, one Flusterstorm, one Engineered Explosives, one Pithing Needle, one Defense Grid, two Pyroblast, two Blood Moon, one Sorcerer's Spyglass, one Pyroclasm, and one Through the Breach. What do you like here?
I really like Sorcerer's Spyglass and Pithing Needle here. I also like Blood Moon actually. Uh,
Yes, I was
being
just about to
able
bring
to
that
make
up.
it so that way you're forcing Cosmic to play on just white, like basic planes alone. Which there is one basic planes in the entire deck. Being able to play on that is huge. It also just kills a Saga instantly. Because Saga is
Exactly.
one of the cards you're very worried about in this matchup.
Exactly. I fully agree with that. So one of the things that I learned when playing Seek and Show is that in this version, the version that has primarily going to win through Grizzlebrand, Emrakul, hard casting, more omniscience or sneak attack, stuff like that. The problem with this list is it is stone cold versus a bridge or a peacekeeper. I mean,
Yeah.
you have some interaction pieces in the form of pyroclasm, and because of the fact that you're that stone cold to it, I do believe you kind of have to bring it in. I mean, your answers in this case are just literally your counter spells.
Yeah.
So
Of
if
note
you're
as well, Veil of Summer is hard dead in this matchup.
yeah, Veil of Summer's dead. So that's two easy cuts. You just cut two of those, just throw those out there. So you got two automatic bring-ins. The problem is that I'm seeing here is the fact that in the case that your opponent slams a bridge, what do you do?
Um, that's a really good question.
There's no wipe
This is
away.
also open deck list too.
Yeah,
Do you bring
exactly.
in the engineered explosives?
That's
Because
what I was
that's
thinking.
your only out to it.
He engineered explosive is literally the only out for it, and that's because of the fact that you have a tropical island to splash for it.
Yeah. That
I
being said, though, I wonder if Ragavan would be able to steal anything that could deal with it. Oh, also, I
Ooh,
don't like boarding in the second Canonist because there is a Canonist main deck anyway.
okay.
Just while I'm thinking
So
about it.
so you just like one main. Okay, I like that. So looking at this matchup, Cosmic Will is gonna be on the play. Ideal opening hand. Do you think yes or no for Chalice of the Void is where you want to be?
Being on the play, absolutely, I would want a Chalice here.
Okay. Let's say we're
Chalice on
not.
one specifically.
Yeah, we're not seeing a chalice here. We are seeing some artifacts though. Mishras
Oh,
can draw some cards.
Mishra's is going to look at the top card, put it back. I think I like how he's targeting himself there to see if he wants to keep the card before cracking the Arid Mesa.
Yeah, that is a old tech from Modern. Modern does that a lot because of the fact that
Yeah,
that's the format where Mission
love it.
Bauble is
Grabs
actually
the
played a
basic
lot.
planes first thing.
Smart play, beautifully smart play. Heads up, you have the red covered by the Lotus Petal. Don't want to get risk Blood Mooned out.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too is that all your lands will automatically make red anyway for your red splash, but your white splash you will be completely hosed on without that. And it looks like we're just passing back, so there was no turn one chalice.
Oof, a little bit harsh, but some information as well as the fact that you get onto the board now. But the thing is, Tensai has this opening to just slam turn one Ragavan.
Yeah. Oh,
Ooh,
not this time, unless we get a
oh, we just
petal.
go for it, turn one.
Oof. Oh, is this a sneak attack? Oof.
So one of my
Oof.
favorite plays. Oh, sneak
Sneak
attack turn
attack,
one.
pass. Oh my god.
Oh
Of note,
wow,
Tensai will be at 18 from that.
yeah, we'll be at 18, but there's sneak attack in play. So Cosmic
Yeah.
Coil has this turn with the permanents in hand on play. Assuming there's not an Emrakul coming in. Ooh, okay.
Love it.
So we
Mox
got.
Diamond and Lion's Eye, or Mox Opal and Lion's Eye Diamond. The LED will turn on Metalcraft
Oh, are
for
we just
the other
going?
one. Oh, is this a Salvagers? It
That's
is!
Historian and Salvagers. We have combo on board. The
We
problem
have
is, do we
mana
have?
on board. We
Yeah, we have
need a
infinite
way to
mana.
kill.
Okay,
Discards
so
fetch land. Okay.
this is how it's gonna go. So for anybody who hasn't seen the Oriox Salvagers combo, the Oriox Salvagers combo is thus: Oriox Salvagers, there's 2/4, 4 mana, pay 1 and a white, return target artifact card with a conversion cost 1 or less from
Yep.
your graveyard to your hand. Then and that's a Scalding Tarn on top. That's a red mana to activate
Yeah, sneak attack, which is
Sneak
kind of
Attack.
an issue. So the thing is Cosmic's actually going to be able to draw his entire deck here.
Exactly. So that's what I was about to say. So you loop the Lion's Eye Diamond by continuously just creating extra billion white mana. So
Yeah.
it's 2 to activate, you have the extra white mana. You keep on doing this over and over and over until you can loop the extra bauble that's in hand infinitely. So you can do this enough to draw basically your entire deck on your opponent's next upkeep. The problem is that is only effective if your opponent doesn't ever cruel you this turn.
So it looks like he's drawing the entire deck and then he's actually going to crack the so he cracked the LED for mana during the main phase, drew the whole deck, and then put in the containment priest off of the LED mana. That's so hot. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. That was cool. Okay,
Oh
that was some tech.
yeah, GKOL, I agree. That was big brain.
That galaxy brain, with all the triggers on the stack, you crack the LED for that white mana because Containment Priest is going to be one of the cards you're going to draw. Slam the Containment Priest. Do you have a Force of Will?
Nope.
No, because you went down 4 cards in turn 1. Boom, there you go. And Tensai doesn't have an answer to that. And I think Tensai is going to bring in that Pyroclasm now if Tensai hasn't brought it in yet.
Yeah, exactly. That was a phenomenal
Was
game
that a
too. Way to
turn
claw
2 kill?
back.
That was a turn 2
That
kill, right?
was a functional turn 2 kill, yes.
That was a turn 2 kill.
Yeah.
Wow. And
Yeah,
we talked about this during the
it was
podcast.
during the upkeep of Tensai's second turn is when the containment
Yeah.
priest came in.
We talked about this during the podcast that, combo we didn't think was going to be overrepresented because of the fact that there's so much like other fair decks that so many players had played. We'd put Tensai on like literally anything. So seeing Seek and Show out of Tensai, understandable. But to see Cosmic Whale rolling in here with this Bomberman deck and just casually going, nah, you're not the turn 2 deck. I am.
Yeah.
And that was big.
That was super sweet. The other thing here though too, I think just in comment to not having combo decks generally, I think being open deckless weakens a lot of combo decks.
Yeah, that's true. Because you can exactly know what their hate is, everything like that. And
Yeah,
Juka, so the reason why you don't see Bomberman as overly representative, especially over the last like year, besides being on the MTGPL, is because it's very hard for players to execute that sort of stuff on NTGO. It is a lot of clicking. But
yeah,
here in paper, where you can just go, okay, I'm going to demonstrate my loop. I'm going to do this a billion times. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm a
yeah,
combo player that plays to hit to do the same thing an exorbitant amount of times, and it's very hard to do that on any sort of MTGO type thing. But
yeah,
on paper, I'm like, cool, I'm gonna go to 4,200,069 and life, and
yeah.
just call it life. Let's call it good.
The other thing as well, though, is another reason why is with Collector Oof and with Null Rod and with Karn the Great Creator and with Stony Silence, they all completely shut this deck off. All of
Yeah,
them say artifacts cannot be activated, regardless of if they're mana abilities or not. Because if you could still activate mana abilities through any of those cards, this deck would literally not care about artifact hate at all.
and that's where the old school Bomberman decks would go into the a sideboard plan of Monastery Mentor. It's a
Yes.
little bit easier to do now that you can just have Karn the Great Creator in the deck and just like win through that way because Karn is just that good. But yeah, you are correct. Is the fact that it gets hit by both graveyard and artifact base hate, and as we know right now in Legacy, artifact base hate is important, and even the Delver decks are reliant even more on their graveyard. So it's just everywhere right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Hmm.
beyond statistic, you are correct, homie. Collector Roof is ya boy because it's one of the best cards. Just, I
Yeah.
think it's one of the best fair green cards to have been printed within the last like 2 years,
Another
two
thing
three
as
years.
well, is this combo is very easy to interrupt with endurance.
Yeah, that is true. Oh, so does Meltdown, is it a sorcery speed or yeah, it's sorcery speed. So Jugal, I agree with that is the fact that you can just sort of nuke everyone's, but as we saw, it's all in one turn. You have to have the proactive and not the reactive. Meltdown is very much a reactive piece of artifact hate.
Yeah. Between Dress Down and or I guess between Dress Down, Blood Moon, or Meltdown to deal with Urza Saga, I am fans of them in that order.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know you like your dress down. I got domed by dress down the other night as well. Swinging in with like 40 power worth of Construct tokens. My opponent goes, "Okay, cool, dress down." Like, okay, I hate
Sweet.
everything.
Yeah. So it looks like Cosmic's going to keep 6 and Tensai will be on 7 for game 3 here. So we'll see how this goes. See if this is going to be a quick one too. So
Yeah.
Ancient Tomb, Lotus Petal. So let's see
Oh, we
what
just going
happens
for it turn
here.
one? Oh,
Ooh.
we're just going for it. We just going for
I
it. Yeah, you don't got permission. You don't got free permission.
yeah.
Oh,
Love it.
oh, oh, that was brutal.
I love
Woo!
this.
Well, that's it. Cool. But I mean, to be fair, Grizzle brand is in play.
Yeah.
It is a
Like
Grizzle brand.
this is still not the worst thing that could have happened to Tensai. That could have been a bridge,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. It could have been a bridge. It could have been something like that. But I mean, it's one of those things. It's like, okay, what's the worst thing my opponent can put in? It's not a blue deck or anything like that. Casually puts an Aetherborn Canoness. Shit.
Yeah. That would be
Oh,
yeah, Clara Starks. That'd be so good. Just Caracas bounce.
oh, that was brutal. Oh, that
Yeah.
was fun. Okay,
Discards Island, discards
repeat Grizzle brand.
yep.
Yeah.
Interesting that
So
he's discarding the island here, so that makes it seem to me that Tensai did not bring Blood Moon in.
I think it's one of those things that Tensai now has a respect for how fast that Bomberman can go,
Yeah.
and so because of that, that's the reason why Tensai didn't probably didn't keep it in for game three because automatically Cosmic Coil fetched around it. Cosmic
Yep.
Coil went for the plan of just
Discards
automatically
Ragavan.
assuming, oh yeah, I mean you have a Grizzle brand in play. What do you care?
Yeah, that's true.
And Ragavan's just gonna get stone cold blocked by this Aetherstorm Canoness.
I wouldn't be blocking that with the Canonist, honestly. Canonist is more valuable to me, I think.
Ooh, are those foreign black borders?
Those are foreign black border alto pianos.
Ooh, those are nice.
Yeah, which I believe, I think it's the Italian printing is the only one that actually has the correct artist name on it.
Oh, that's funny. I mean, we all know Italian is the way to go if you're going for foreign anything. Give
Yeah.
me that foreign black border or Italian anything, just crisp.
Yep.
Aiden, I
So,
still love your Caracas, homie.
oh wow. Only non-artifact spell for the turn, Swords to Plowshares on the Grizzlebrand.
And only non-artifact spell return is Force of Will. I mean, your
Yep.
opponent drew 7 cards. Okay, Chaotic Bear, we get it. The German is by far like everybody knows the German is the top tier. And it's like German and Russian is always like the top tier when it comes to 4 languages, but I got a soft
Yeah.
spot for the Italian.
To be fair as well, Cosmic Coil is very famous for having every single card in every single one of his decks being Japanese.
True. I can definitely see that. And also Cosmic Oil has one of the most beautiful black white taxes deck.
Yeah.
It's just so good. Camper, you can read German. That's impressive. I didn't know that. But yeah, exactly. This is what we were talking about though. Grizzlebrand is still in play. It's still a Grizzlebrand, and you still have to have an answer for it. Now, Tensai is going to be able to draw anywhere between 8 to 10 cards in a single turn. So because of the fact that Tensai is able to continuously do this, okay, we do have the Lotus Petal here to break the Aether Storm Canonist.
Well, it's the one spell you're allowed to cast that doesn't trigger it, so
Yeah,
you can cast
exactly.
petals all you want. Just a quick update here from the other tables, though. Sounds like Rax is up a game over Eternally Surprised. Quirios and Turbo are still on game one. Dewuki took down Champagne in 2 games, so Champagne is one of our first outs of this tournament, actually.
Oh wow!
Yoram is up a game over Daniel, and then Malfi has also dethroned Mr. Fringe. So Mr. Fringe is also O2 and will no
Champagne
longer be
is
with us.
out.
Yeah.
Wow, the previous champ coming in. Maybe gotta give credits. Got married over the time in between the 2 invitationals, so like there's more important things to be doing than playing Magic.
Yeah.
But at the
So
same
here's the
time,
one non-artifact spell. Ponder.
we talked about this in the podcast. Was like maybe coming in rusty might be a play here. No, Champagne though, still one of the best. Your turn to kill, Lady Vito's. Thank you for the resub for 8 months. Really appreciate you.
Yep.
Your turn to kill on green white depths was still legendary.
Yeah. Other thing as well that I just want to note though too is that Red Prison is definitely one of the decks I would trust to take down a Miracle Stack.
Yeah, true.
And I believe Dewuki is still on the super spicy version with the Fireflux squad.
Yep, it's with
Yeah.
Fireflux God, which card's
Love it.
good. But we're seeing Tensai here cantrip, try and find more protection because what's important is you understand that your opponent has one more Swords of Plowshares that is a viable target, as well as the fact that you have to make sure to force will either a Karn or a ensnaring bridge. So
Yeah.
right now, this is basically a Delver game.
Ooh. Cavern of Souls. Crunch for
Okay.
2, it looks like.
Well, I like this. I like this because of the fact that when it comes to the crunching, it limits the amount of damage that Tensai can do with the ancient tombs, and it also limits the amount of damage that Tensai can do with Grizzlebrand to himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is the last attack. I don't think you want to pay 7 here. I think you want to pay 7 reactively.
Yeah. And then this is the Blood Moons did come in.
Blood Moons did come
So
in.
Tensai's on mono red right now. Of note,
This
though, this
Blood
is
Moon
a
might
good
lock it
window
up.
to do it, though, because Cosmic does not have basic planes at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. That's
The
exactly
other
what I was
thing,
thinking.
too, is this is going to turn off the Cavern from making uncounterable humans.
Yep. Ooh, I think Cosmic Oil's realizing it. It's so close.
Oh, Tensai is going to draw 7.
I don't know about
I
that.
don't like that actually.
I don't like it either. I like doing it in response. I like if you need to draw 7 to like get there type thing.
Hmm. Like, to be fair, there's honestly, I don't think
Excuse me
there's
1 second.
much that Cosmic will be able to do here, given that he's dead on the next attack.
Hmm.
So we're gonna
I
need to have Tensai basically brick, or Cosmic's gonna need a flyer. Like, he literally needs basically Lotus Petal Peacekeeper here.
Yeah, I think it's got to be literally Peacekeeper, Ensnaring Bridge, which I mean that's gonna be in the board for the Karn. There's no way that's being brought in. Yeah, I think. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got?
Actually, Ensnaring Bridge, if it resolves here, would be huge. But
Yeah, I
I don't
mean,
know how likely that is to happen.
well, Tensai can't daze anymore.
Oh,
A mountain, that's a mountain.
yep. Altered Mountain looks very good.
Oh yeah. All of Cosmic Oil's mountains are altered. All of Cosmic Oil's basics
Basics.
are altered to have the guru symbol going over it, which I love. I think it looks so good.
Yeah. I am also a big fan of it.
Yeah, well, you also have Guru Mountain, so
That's true.
so I think yeah, because Tensai's down to 3 here. There's no bolts in the deck.
And even then,
Great.
Tensai is still allowed to cast one counterspell here.
Exactly. One counterspell. That's all Tensai gets.
Hmm.
Okay, are we gonna see Cosmico's got to be thinking here a million miles a minute.
Imperial
Imperial
Recruiter.
Recruiter. That's not gonna do it.
If you're Tensai, you just let this resolve.
I think you just resolve. Oh no! You can't. You can't. Because well, so technically, with the trigger on the stack, you can maintain priority, sacrifice the LED for white, right? Which gives you the Peacekeeper. But
Oh!
the problem is there's no mana to keep the Peacekeeper upkeep because you need white mana to do that.
Yeah. Well, that being said, it'll just stop for the one turn, and that's the other thing as well, is you can just not pay the upkeep cost and then crunch for 3.
Oh! Chaotic Bear pointing it out. That's the
Ballista.
play.
Cast Ballista for 1. Interesting.
And
And
scoops it
just
up.
scoops it up. Yeah. Okay.
And
So there's nothing else there.
Tensai given the respect. I mean, that was a very close game on every single part. If in the case that Tensai had put in the
Boba Fett.
the luck charm, the Boba Fett luck charm, if Tensai had put in what's called omniscience instead of the Grizzlebrand for Aether Storm Canoness, it would have been game over. The Aether Storm Canoness would have prevented any further digging or anything like that to for any of that.
Yeah. So
Uh,
it looks like, oh, Cosmic did board the bridge in. I actually
okay,
really like that. Boarded all of the Karns out. Wow.
because it's not gonna be fast enough. It's not
That's
gonna be
true.
fast enough. You just brought in all the hate. Oh, that's some tech. I like that idea. When we evaluate wish boards from now on, we need to look at this as okay. Is it possibility that it's more important for them to slam it as soon as possible? It's a Lotus Petal based deck and stuff like that. Is it possible for them to board out all the card for all the wish targets that they're probably going to want? So we are getting a backup match set up for this, but the problem is all the players are finishing too fast. So we have an update here. We have Malfi taking down Mr. Fringe and 2-0. And
Tensai immediately pulling up the Twitch stream. I love it.
yes, hey Tensai. Great great win there. Highly technical gameplay. I have to say that entire thing was super technical.
Yeah.
So we have Malfi taking down Mr. Fringe. Yoram versus Daniel is still happening. That's 1-1. Dewookie versus Champagne. Hey, Dewookie took out Champagne, and honestly, Dewookie being on the previous version, the Green White Reclaimer, that like Champagne had previously won on.
Yeah.
and was I think a solid play here. I mean, that deck is just so good right now.